Hello everybody, happy Friday. Welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to my replay. My name is Robin and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Couture. So we will be using a few Couture products tonight, but we will be using them in a slightly unconventional way. Once you hop on, go ahead and tell me hello and tell me where you are watching from. I'm actually streaming online to 3 different platforms this evening. I'm using an online platform called StreamYard, and it allows me to broadcast in multiple places. So I am live on my Facebook business page. I'm live in my private group, and I'm also live on my YouTube channel. So I also want to let you know, if you happen to be watching from my group, if you wouldn't mind letting StreamYard have access to your name. That way I know who I'm interacting with. Otherwise, you show up in my comments as Facebook user and I don't know who to say hi to. So again, happy Friday. Also, if you look at the bottom ticker down here, it is Happy Mail Friday. So you need to put in, as it comes by right there, the hashtag I love Happy Mail, just as it's typed right there. You will be entered into the giveaway this evening. The giveaway tool is case sensitive, so make sure you are capitalizing the words as they appear in the bottom of the ticker. Hello, Amanda. You are watching from the hammock in the backyard with Thea. Hello, Thea. How are you? I haven't been outside since this afternoon. Is it nice outside? Hello, Bonita. Good evening and welcome. And hello, Jason. Jason and my father-in-law are upstairs watching. So exciting. Did everyone have a great week? And is everybody ready for the weekend? So tell me something that you happen to be doing this weekend. Let me know what you're doing. If you happen to be in the Salina area, CJ's Creative Marketplace on Crawford is having their fall open house. Believe it or not, it is going to be 101 tomorrow, and they will be having a fall open house. But make sure you stop by anytime between 10 and 4. There will be outside vendors, as well as all of the yummy stuff that is inside the store. So go check out my booth that's there and check out all of the other creative vendors that are there as well. It looks like Bonita has been entered and Amanda has been entered. Although it's saying I don't have any entries, but you're anxious. I'm not for sure if I'll be there tomorrow, Bonita, but my booth will be there. I will be stopping by for a little bit, but I won't have an outside booth. Didn't get enough stuff made. So I'm going to show you. I don't have a mock-up of this made, and I didn't have any of the materials ready, but I'm stealing this idea. Well, I got inspiration from this idea from a crafter online called the Turquoise Valentine, and this is kind of what we will be making. So it's this beaded garland with some fabric flowers in it. So that is kind of my inspiration, but we will be using the chalk paste to paint our beads. So with that, and I am going to use the new camera angle tonight. Just keep letting me know if you like it or if you want me to go back the other way. Just trying a few new things out, just playing with technology. I'm hoping that this way gives me the ability to repurpose some of this into different videos. So I have my beads laid out here. I'm going to water down some of my chalk paste. So we'll do this set of beads in black, we'll do this set of beads in gray, and we'll do this set of beads in orange. So I have these on skewers so I can hopefully paint them a little easier. And bear with me, I'm not as prepared as I would like to be, but we will get through this. It will be a fun project, and if it happens to go too long and you need to hop off, feel free to hop off. So I'm just watering down some of the black paste just so that it's a little easier to use. and it paints a little easier. Let me scooch some of this stuff up. So I'm just taking a paintbrush and I'm just gonna, well, this might be easier said than done. I'm probably gonna get a little messy. But that's okay. You're not crafting if you're not messy, right? Hey, Katie, how are you? Oh. There, maybe if we go this way. If we go against the bead. There we go. So I'm just painting with the chalk paste. The great thing about using the chalk paste is because it is chalk based, it dries super quick. So I'm just going to keep dipping it in the paste, my paintbrush, and then just wiping it on the bead. Making sure I get most of the bead painted. Okay, we'll move on to the next one. So it goes pretty quick. I'm doing good, Katie. Excited for yet another weekend. Got some goop on this one. Okay, one more bead. So this makes it go pretty quick. Just paint up and down, and yet you can still rotate the bead. Okay, that one's pretty painted. Good and painted. So we'll let those dry and we'll move on to the next color. So we'll just trade these out. Stick those up there and let them hang out. And we'll get this set of beads. We'll switch paintbrushes and we'll get out the gray. This one may be super dry. This one may need a lot of water. This is one of the older formulas, so as you can see, it gets kind of hard. But with a little bit of water, it perks right back up. So if you wouldn't mind sharing the video or tagging your crafty friends, that would be helpful. Give me the once I get going with the project, mash that heart button, give me a thumbs up, all that fun stuff. That would be great. Okay, I'm just going to use it like it is. I can just grab the watered down part. I'm going to do these the same way I did the black ones. Just kind of a quick little paint wash. Okay. Get some more paste on my fingers and my paintbrush. I've seen some designers and other crafters, they'll put these in like a jar with some watered down paint and shake it up, which it works, but I would end up wearing most of it. And I think they would take a little longer to dry because they would be super saturated, but there are lots of different ways to paint these beads. Okay. This color makes it kind of hard to see if they're actually covered. So what did everyone have for dinner this evening? We had Hawaiian meatballs and rice. It's one of Jason and I's favorite things to eat. Dane's not very fond of them, so we usually just eat them when he's not here. Or he'll eat a pizza. Okay, those look pretty good. Oops, nope, there's a big old spot I missed. Okay, so those, spread those out a little bit so they can dry. Okay, so we're done with that color. So we'll trade all these out. Amanda said you had chicken Alfredo with broccoli. Yum. That's one of my favorite things to eat. Okay, so now we're going to use the orange. I'm going to add a little bit of water, or a lot of water. Oh, that was fairly bad, but it'll clean up. Oopsie. Let's get a wipe here. Let's clean up a little bit of that. Okay. Got a few more things that are orange around here than they used to be. Okay, so now I'll grab a paintbrush and we'll just do the orange ones. So again, I've found it's easiest if I kind of scrunch them up, and then I'm just going to use kind of go around them. This paint chalk's a little lumpy, but I think it'll work. It wouldn't be me crafting if I wasn't messy. Okay, a couple more. Make sure I get Have you guys that are in the Salina area gone to see the grain elevator down by the recycling center on North Santa Fe that is being painted with that mural? It's gorgeous. It just amazes me. I can't even draw a stick figure, and this artist is drawing a large mural on both sides of the grain elevator. Those of you that aren't in the Salina area, go to Salina Canvas, Canvas project, and you can see the pictures and the progress Guido is making on his mural. The detail is amazing. It's stunning. There's people post every day pictures online that show the progress, and it's crazy. Like I said, I can't even draw a stick figure, and he's painting this detailed mural on the side of a grain elevator. Okay, so we're going to let those dry a little bit. I need to try to clean up a little bit of my splatter paint project that is very unintended. Before I end up wearing all of this. Okay, I think I got most of it. Okay, I'm going to clean off my hands. So after you guys go to CJ's Creative Marketplace tomorrow and look at all the open house stuff and all the fall decor, then you can drive downtown and you can go look at the grain elevator. It's just to the south of the recycling center. Okay, so let me show you our project again that we're kind of replicating. So we've got some fabric flowers and we have some painted beads and then we have tassels at the end. So now we're going to start working on the flowers. And what the flowers are these 2-inch circles that are cut with little snippets. So I've got little, there's paint on that one. So I've got little snippets cut out of the each of the petals or each of the flowers, and then we'll glue those together, and then each of those will get a button. So what I've done to make the flowers is I just found a random, this is one of my metal dies that I use to cut things out, but instead of running it through my die cut machine, I just drew the circles on the fabric and then I just used some scissors to cut them out. And you'll need there's 4 flowers with 4 petals each. So you'll need 16 flowers. So I have 8 cut out of this fabric. I have more than enough cut. So I'll use 4 from this stack and then 4 from this stack. So what I did to cut the little petals is I took this is a stack of 4, and I just have them clipped together so they're easier to hold on to. I'm not going to cut all the way to the middle, but I'm going to cut pretty close into the middle. And I'm going to cut like each of my 4 pie slices, and then I just kind of moved my clip over, and I'm going to cut like I did 12 and 6. Now I'm going to do 9 and 3, and then I'm going to come in and do like 4-ish, 4 and 10, and then 7 and or 8 and 2-ish, kind of. You get my drift. But I'll cut these circles into like 8 pie shapes. So there you go. So there's those little snippets. And then we'll do 4 of these. And we'll do the same thing. I'll clip them. These aren't quite all the same size. Try to get them as even as possible. They won't be perfect, but Okay, so we're going to cut it into 2 slices. And again, I don't go all the way to the middle, but I go close. And then we'll make our 4 slices. It's going to be an oblong. Oh wait, here we go. And then we'll make our 6. And then we'll move these little clips. Oops. And then we'll make our 2 last ones. Okay, so then we'll have 4 flower sections on the beads, and each section gets 2 of these glued to a button on the top, and then another 2 flowers and a button glued onto the bottom. So I've got my glue gun over here, so I'm going to trade out with my orange beads for a little bit. So I'm going to glue, like I have these 2 together. So I'm just going to put a small little dot there of glue. And we'll put that on top, and you can kind of offset your petals if you want. And I'm going to open my buttons. And you can paint or stain your buttons if you want to. I chose not to. So then I'm going to put a button on top. So there's 1/2 of our flower. And so then I'll grab this one and an orange one next. And I think I might put the orange on top. And they don't have to be perfect. Sometimes the more rustic, the better. Sometimes the more rustic, the more realistic. So there we go. So when we put these on our bead garland, they'll be like this. So you can see a flower on each side. So we'll just keep going with that. There's another flower. Okay. So now we've got 2 sets done. I think we'll put a gray one on top this time. Another button. So I'm just going to keep putting 2 flowers and a button together. There's 3 sets. We need 2 more buttons. Put those away. Okay. So I think we'll put this one on the bottom so we have a couple of gray ones facing out. And then do this one. Okay. There we go. There's our flowers. Move my glue gun out of the way. So, well, I'll need it here in a little bit, but okay, so move some of this out of the way. So what we're gonna do next is we're gonna string our beads because they are dry. So I'm just gonna put them all into one. Just to get rid of some of the mess. And I'm gonna keep the plain ones out because that way I don't get confused. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna use this twine, and I think if I counted and did math correctly, which is always sometimes a struggle, I think we'll be okay. I'm going to cut a longer piece than I know that I need because I'd rather not run out. And I'm going to leave a little bit on the end to play with. So I'm just making a knot down here, and actually I'm going to make a loop knot. That way I know my beads won't escape. Okay, so my pattern, and then I'm going to grab, before I get started, I'm going to grab some of the placement tape so I can make kind of a shoestring end on this end just to kind of help me thread it a little easier. Okay, so our pattern is going to be natural, orange, gray, black, natural, and then this is where one of our flowers are going to go, but I'm going to bead, wait, oh yeah, ooh, that's kind of, I thought I messed up because the gray almost looks like the natural. So a flower will go here, so it's going to look weird at first because we have two naturals together, but that's where a flower will go. So we'll do natural, orange, gray, black, natural. So then we'll have another flower there. So then we'll start over. We'll have natural, orange, gray, black, natural. Whoops. So there's our next section. I'm going to leave a little bit of space just for a mental reminder. And so then we have natural, orange, gray, black, and natural. Okay, so then we'll have another flower there. So then we're going to do natural. This will be our last section. Gray, orange, black, and natural. Okay, put all this away. Okay, so now let's get untangled here. And let's get clear down here at the end. Okay, so this is where one of our flowers are going to be. And I'm going to pull the next section down as well. Just so I can kind of get my spacing correct. And we want to leave enough space so that these flowers sit nicely, but not enough space that there's a big, gigantic gap. So I think that's pretty good. So I'm going to bring my glue gun back over here a little bit, and I'm going to put a glob of glue here. I'm going to use my detail tool to help poke that in there. And then I'm going to put some glue on the back of this flower. And we're going to press those together. Kind of like that. So that's our first section. So then you can see the flower on both sides. Okay, so now we've got the second section, and then we'll pull the third section down. We'll do the same thing. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but it doesn't have to be, I don't think this necessarily has to have a pattern. So we'll just put this one underneath there. I got the gray, the orange and the gray mixed up in the last. Oh, you're right, I did. Good eye, Katie. Thank you. Just funny because the person that I got inspired, she did the exact same thing. Okay, so it should be orange, gray. Boy, those are hard to tell the difference. Gray, right? Black. Thanks, Katie. Good eye. Okay, so now I think that's pretty good. So we'll just put a glue dollop there and get that started. And then we'll put a dollop of glue there on the back side of this one. And we'll just stick them together. Okay, so there's those two sections. Super cute already. Okay, so let's bring down the fourth section. I cut way too much twine, but that's okay. So then we'll grab, put this one on the bottom, put a little dollop of glue there. I tell you, if you don't buy a detail tool for chalk couture, you should at least buy one if you use a glue gun a lot. The detail tool, the multi-tool, even just the regular squeegee works great for, it sure saves your fingers when you're working with hot glue. See, even just one of these would be great for hot glue. Okay, so now we've got that section finished. So we're on our last flower. So we'll pull this one down. that one. I'll put that one on the bottom. Oops, I'm out of glue. So put a dollop of glue there. A little dab will do ya. And then we'll put a little dollop on the back of this flower. And then we'll squeeze those two together. Okay, we're done with the glue gun. Okay, so now we need to move on to the tassel, but this is what we have so far. So each end, you don't have to put a tassel on each end, but I am going to put a tassel on each end. So I'm going to bring out my fabrics that I used, and these are just literally, these are fat quarters that I got at Walmart. So they're 18 by 21. Thanks, Amanda. So I have the two ginghams or buffalo checks, whichever you want to refer to them. I found a sunflower. This one is, and this is one of the ones I used. It's the vintage truck with the pumpkins in the back on the gray gingham. And I thought this one was really cute for fall, which it would look good with this bead. Or you can also kind of you can add some florals in with some Halloween. Like this one has super tiny little bats and spiders. I don't know if you can see the spiders. Yeah, there's a spider right where my thumb is. So there's a little spider and little bats. This one is some skeletons. And you can't go wrong with a Halloween polka dot. And then these were cute. Little spiders and spider webs. And of course, candy corn. And you should all let me know, do you love candy corn or do you hate candy corn? Let me know in the comments. I happen to love candy corn, especially the caramel candy corn, or if you put candy corn with peanuts or even chocolate covered peanuts, it's delicious. So I'm going to use some of this fabric to create the tassels. I'm just trying to decide. I think I'll just cut off a section here. Amanda loves candy corn. Benita loves candy corn mixed with peanuts. Yep, tastes just like a big old payday bar. But if you can find it, try to find the caramel candy corn. It has, it's a darker color of candy corn, so it's kind of brown on the end. It's hard to find, but it's yummy stuff. Like I bought, I don't know if I bought 2 bags or 4 bags when I was at Walmart the last weekend, because if you see it, you better buy it because it won't be there the next time. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I'm just pulling off some sections to make some streamers for our tassel. Katie says you won't buy them, but you'd eat them if yeah, you would eat them if they were there. I think I'll just cut down this section. And then I'll cut the selvage edge off. Okay, so we're done with all that fabric. I'm going to cut the selvage off. Actually, let's just save time and tear it. And I also forgot, I also have this houndstooth, which is one of my favorite patterns. Okay, so I think we'll just do what I always do. And I'll cut. I'm just going to cut some skinnier strips. Again, I'm sorry, I should have had this prepared ahead of time, but I did not. And I meant to get home a little quicker today, but I had an errand that went longer than it needed to. Okay, so then I'm going to trying to decide if I want to, yeah, I should probably cut those all in half. Okay, so there's that set. So then we'll just tear this fabric. You know me, I love my torn fabric strips. Okay, so then I'll just gather these up. And we'll cut those in half. And then we'll do the gray. You like that old truck fabric? I love the vintage truck. Anything with vintage truck. I was at Hobby Lobby today and they have big metal vintage trucks and they're probably 1.5 feet tall. They had a dark black one, which would be stunning with all different kinds of holiday decor in it. They had a mint green one. They had a white one. You could stuff all sorts of holiday goodies in the back. Okay, gather these up. I have 2 ceramic vintage trucks that I need to paint from on the pot that I've had for 2 years that I need to paint. Man, a year. Just a year. Okay, let's get all these strings gone. Okie doke, so I'm just going to gather some of these up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I probably cut more than I need, but that's okay. So I'm just going to kind of get them lined up if I can, as best as I can. But again, they don't have to be perfect because you can always snip them at the end. That's going to be. So then I'm going to have to think about this for a little bit. Should have probably left a little bit. Katie says you were there. She was at Hobby Lobby too and saw some vintage trucks in the fall section. The boys tried to convince you to buy them, that they think they were ride-along toys. Probably should have made this side longer, but I think it'll work. So what I'm going to attempt to do is just tie this on this end. It's going to be a little bit challenging. And try to get it as close to the bottom as I can, or to the edge of that bead as I can. And I should have made this side longer. Oh, let's redo that. And see if I took that loop out. They want to decorate for every holiday. We already have the ghost hanging in our front window for Halloween. Hey, you're prepared. Okay, let's see what I did here. Let's take this knot Well, let's leave that knot in. Okay, let's see if we can do this. Let's be smarter than the tassel. I think we'll just do it how I did it, and it'll just, this end may be a little looser than the other end. But I might be able to get it. I think I got it. Okay, so I'm just going to incorporate that piece of twine. I'm going to have to tie it in a knot. And I'm going to have to get rid of that knot. That knot's holding me up. My original knot is in the way. Sorry. So I'm going to get my pokey tool here. See if I can get that knot out. Although I'll probably regret taking it out. Okay. Okay, let's try that. Third time's a charm, right? Okay, so let's tie that. People make this look so easy. Okay, so then I've got my tassel. I don't know. I kind of like it just plain like that and not, because sometimes people will gather the tassel right there. I actually kind of think I like it wild like that. So I think I'm going to take this twine around again and try to tie a knot. So I'm going to take it around itself and put it through the loop and try to make another knot. And if I need to, I can always super glue it or hot glue it. But I think I'm just going to leave my tassel like that because I really like it. Like that. What do you guys think? Should I make it kind of crazy like that? I can, if you don't like it, I can always go back and fix it. Okay, so we'll do the other end. So we've got a couple of these. You like it crazy like that? I kind of do too. Less fuss that way too. Okay, so I think I'm done with those. Thanks, Jason. Of course, you kind of have to say that, but you're pretty honest. This one's kind of small. Mr. Jason is very supportive. Okay, so here's our other end, and we certainly don't need all of that. So get rid of that. Okay, so we'll just do kind of the same thing that we did on the other end. It works. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I'm just going to kind of cinch it. Sorry, you couldn't see any of that. I just looped it around itself. And I'm going to do that again to kind of make a knot. So I just looped it around the bead, the end of the bead tassel, and then I'm just going to loop it again. And there we go. I'm going to cut that off. And we are finished. So there is our fun little bead tassel. What do you think? Is it something you can replicate? You can make these for all sorts of occasions. Get some Christmas fabric, paint your beads red and green. You could even do the whimsical, the hot pink and green color for Christmas. Thanks, Katie. And so you can just kind of decorate these or hang these around your, like your, if you have a tiered tray, or if you have a holiday candle, you can wrap it around your candle. So pretend my cup is a candle. You can do it that way. So let's get out of this mode. Oh, you can't see it, but so you could kind of wrap it around your candle, all sorts of fun things. So that is our tassel. That turned out cute, especially for not being very prepared. Okay. I just want to remind you that we do have, I'm not going to go into the full spiel this evening, but just wanted to remind you about our Club Couture transfer. It's super cute. I hope to be using it again next week. For $19.99 a month, you get this exclusive transfer mailed to your house in a DIY craft kit. It comes with 3 paste singles, Current Jam, Guava, and Shimmer Harvest. It is shipped to you for free. In addition to getting this monthly, you also get $4.95 flat rate shipping on any chalk site order. And then you get special deals and offers most months through Chalk Couture. So I'm going to take that off. Let's see if we have, this still says we don't have any entries, but I know we do because I've seen them. I'm checking a few things. Maybe it's because I did it before I started. Nope. Hashtag I love Happy Mail. Let's go back. I know a couple of you. I love Happy Mail. Well, what did we do last week? Because it wouldn't work. I'm just playing here. I don't know why it's not working. Because I see that Amanda and Katie and Bonita all entered, but it says I don't have any entries. I'm just doing a little typing here, sorry. There. I don't know what happened. Okay, so now I have 3 entries. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay, you can all see that, huh? So I'm going to draw. So who's going to be tonight's winner? Amanda, you've won 2 weeks in a row. I still owe you for last week's Happy Mail. So I'll get with you, Amanda, and you can pick out your Happy Mail. And Katie, I still need to get with you to get your address because you won, gosh, probably a month ago, and we just haven't gotten together to get that done. So message me on Facebook, and I will get with you about your Happy Mail as well. So congratulations to Amanda. Let's see if she's still on. Katie says, alrighty, yeah, just get with me and we'll get you your Happy Mail from a couple weeks ago. Don't feel bad. Bonita's won several times, a couple times, so you're good. you know, you might not be so lucky when I get to have 100 people watching me at a time. So while I have less than 10, which I'm very pleased that I have as many viewers as I have, just know that your chances are a bit higher right now, and that's great. So I plan to be on again tomorrow at 10. So I will, oh, I don't like that. You can see all my messy stuff. There we go. That's a little better. I'll be on again at 10 in the morning with another project. I hope you all have a great night, and I will see you later. Thanks for watching. Let's see if I can find what I need to do.